everyone, today I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow palette review. This is not a new palette, but it is still available at Sephora, and it is the Sephora+Pantone Universe Modern Watercolors eyeshadow palette. I think it's a really gorgeous palette, and just a quick look at the shadows before I start getting into all of it. I just thought it's a really unique combination of colors. And if you know me, you know I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes. I actually have a collection video that I did about a month or so ago, so I'll go ahead and link that below in case you're interested in seeing the plethora of eyeshadow that I actually own. So I do have a lot of eyeshadow, but I still love it. I love to collect things as far as eyeshadow goes, well, makeup in general, let's be honest. But I just think it's gorgeous, and I love to change things with my eyes, so I definitely like that this is a unique palette. As far as packaging, it does have, it looks like, you know the old kind of paintings where they had like the paint, like the big thick paint on the like the palettes, and you could actually like see the texture. That's kind of what this is reminiscent of. Lots of different, again, watercolor shades, but or like pastel shades, but with that thick kind of look to it, if you understand what I'm saying. Sephora+Pantone Universe. It is quite thin, but it's a really strong plastic. I would not at any way be afraid to travel with it. I think it'd be a great travel palette. And then you open it up. It just has a standard like plastic latch. It's not magnetic or anything. And you do get a very large mirror. And it is a mirror that will stay wherever you put it, which is super convenient for traveling because you can put it wherever you need it and then have the correct angle. I'm looking at it now and I can see my entire face, so it's a great sized mirror. Now let's go over the actual shades. It comes with 4 x 6, so that is 24 eyeshadow shades. It's kind of a hodgepodge as far as the way it's laid out. Generally, these two are, what do you call it? Are matte, and these two rows are shimmer, but not all the way through. Like this is a shimmer, this is a matte, this is a shimmer, so it's not exactly like that. That's matte. I really don't, I mean, maybe they were trying to do lines, but these two lines are, I don't really know where they were going. They just put it in here. So, here we are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do rows. So I'm going to do this row, this row, this row, if that makes sense. Now, as far as the names go, it is on this little, this little plastic overlay. I think we can all agree that we don't like this. This is not a good setup because you could easily lose this. And all the names are actually just letters, numbers, excuse me. Except for the Rose Quartz and the Serenity, which are actually like the colors of the year. So I guess I'll tell you all the letters, or the numbers, but that's not very exciting. So this is 11-06. Okay, we're not going to do this. This is a nice matte white. I'm using it as my brow bone today. It is super pigmented. Big fan. Really big fan. I like a very matte, pigmented white or light creamy shade for my brow bone, and this is perfect. Then we have this shimmery shade. Slightly chalky, but it's really applies very well. It's in my inner corner. It's quite shimmery. It seems to be a little bit yellow, but not terribly so. And it does pack a nice shimmery punch. Again, that's what is in my inner corner. Then we have this really pretty silver that unfortunately doesn't swatch the best, but it is what's on my corner, on my like lid today. I really like this shade. It is quite shimmery and very silver. It's not, I love silver eyeshadow. This is not one of my favorite silvers, but it is a nice one. And then we have what's in my crease today. It's this really gorgeous, deep hot pink. By far, the darkest shade in the entire palette. There it is. I really like this shade. I think it's very unique because it's got some red and pink. It's just really pretty. Alright, now we have this matte light pink. And it does show up quite pink. You can see it compared to that white. It definitely has a pink tone. Then we have a shimmery taupe shade that's very pigmented and shimmery. You see that? That was just one swatch. This one has a lot better payoff than that silver shade. Oh, and this pink shade is actually the Rose Quartz color of the year. Next we have this matte kind of tangerine-y sherbety shade. I think that'd be a really pretty blending out shade, kind of a crease shade if you're going to do a really nice warm look. And last, we have kind of a Radiant Orchid light purple shade. Really pretty. I love Radiant Orchid. It was the color of the year a couple years ago. I'm actually using the Radiant Orchid cheek palette for my highlight. Just love it. Look at that. That is gorgeous. So now we're going to go to the third row, or column. You have this nice, very light, matte kind of mint shade. But you can see they are the modern watercolors. They are very light and pastel, but they're still very pigmented, and they are very different. You know, you're not getting a bunch of pastel shades that kind of sort of look the same. Then we have this strange kind of greeny silver, gold. Let me show it to you in the palette. It is this shade. They've been doing that all morning. I'm sorry. Hippo does that. Yeah, it's kind of like a greeny gold. It's quite unique. Really like that. I haven't noticed that one really. I've used this quite a few times, but I haven't used every single shade. We have a shimmery pink. That again, it's kind of just a mid-tone rosy pink. Right there. I'm sorry if that bothers y'all. Y'all, it's hot. I mean, this is highlight. This is sweat. Not cute. And then I've got this deeper kind of seafoam shade. Again, a lot of really unique shades in this palette. Gorgeous. So pigmented. Now we're going to go to the fourth row. You have this shimmery kind of a rose gold shade. Yeah. Look at that. So pretty. Hippo, Kanga. I've heard enough. I think they're doing work downstairs, and so like people are going in and out a lot, and it's driving them crazy. Then we have this, again, it's a really unique shade. It's kind of a teal. It's kind of like a bluey green, but it's deep. Right there. And it is shimmery. Then we have a really nice kind of coppery shade. Right there. And last, we have kind of a peachy. It's got a little more pink than that orange. Again, this is a matte. So you can see it is a lot peachier and darker than this orange. So then I've got two more lines. So I guess I'm going to try to do it left-handed, but y'all know I'm very right-hand dominant. So first you have this matte yellow, which is pigmented but not great. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I swear I could get my left hand taken off and it would be fine. And this one is matte, but it almost has like a little bit of satin in it. I have used this a couple times. It's not a great shade. It's not just because it swaps my left hand. Then we've got this shade, which is really pretty. It is a matte, and it's kind of a rusty, reddy brown shade. Right here. Hippo! Kanga, stop it! I'm really sorry, guys. I hate that they do that, but I can't stop them. There we go. It's kind of orange. It's kind of good rust shade, really. Then we have this shimmery, deep foresty green. But I say it's deep, but you can tell it's not even really that dark. This is very much a mid to light tone palette. Not a lot of dark here at all. But that's really pretty. And last, we have a matte lime green. And this one is a lot more pigmented than that yellow. There we go. And we're going to do our last row. Or column. I keep saying row, but rows are this way, columns are this way. So sorry about that. The first one is a matte light gray. Hippo! Come. We're just gonna hang out there. I'm sorry, and that's annoying, but they're dogs. What are you gonna do? So this is a light, very cool tone gray. Again, super pigmented. It's a light shade, but it's very pigmented. Then we've got this kind of a slaty gray that's shimmering. It's like a gray blue shade. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that. So it's got a lot of blue in it. It's really not silver, but I like that a lot better than this silver. Then you've got the Serenity shade, which is another cool color of the year. It's this light blue matte shade. Super pigmented again. And last, you've got this deep blue with some light blue glitter. So it really comes off as like a matte. It is deeper than the Serenity, but again, it's not a very dark shade. So, 26 eyeshadow colors, and here we are. Overall, I think you can tell there's not very many duds. The silver and the yellow don't swatch the best, but they are still usable. They just take a little bit of building. It's a beautiful palette. I think it's very, very unique to my makeup collection. It's got a lot of different colors. However, you can see they're all light, a few medium. This is kind of deep and this is kind of deep, but you don't have a lot of variety. I definitely think you do need to go into another palette when using this, just to kind of get some more color. Kind of a brown, like as a crease or a blending shade. You know, I just think that it's a little hard to just use this, but they're beautiful shadows. It's about $40, I think, and I think it's a great deal. For 24 gorgeous shadows that are all pigmented, I don't think you can go wrong. Let me know. Again, everything that's on my face will be listed down below, but I did just use this palette in my eye look today. I'm a big fan. I like pink eyeshadow. Let me know if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, any of that. Y'all know talking to you is one of my favorite things. I do recommend this palette a lot. If you have any questions about this, by all means ask. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll see y'all real soon. I'm really sorry about my dogs. What are you gonna do? Bye.